What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. If this is your first time seeing my face or hearing my voice, I use my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy like myself, and also validate the victims, survivors, and thrivers of said disorder, said toxic people, said toxic traits. Today's episode is going to be about how narcissists hate change. Some narcissists, some S-O-M, some narcissists hate change. I don't speak for all narcissists, y'all, but before we hop into today's episode, if y'all did not know, the kids book, Remember It's Not Your Fault, is now on Amazon to help kids deal with, to understand that they were not in control of the circumstances that they were born into. It helps y'all. Lee Hammock, Remember It's Not Your Fault, on Amazon. But yeah, y'all, some narcissistic people, I know this is going to go against a lot of the stuff that you have heard and learned about narcissistic people, toxic people, whatever. It's going to go against a lot of, because you probably heard that narcissists change jobs a lot. Narcissists are never happy with one thing. They're always trying to move on to find the next best thing. Narcissist this, narcissist that. Yeah. So yeah, is that true in that space right there? Is there some truth to that right there? Like how narcissistic people move on quickly to relationships, to jobs, to careers, to majors in college, to sports, to whatever, to friendship groups, to cities. They move around a lot. Is that true for a lot of narcissists? Yes, but there's a certain sector of narcissistic people that hate change. They love for things to remain the same, because when things remain the same, I am comfortable, I am safe. Nothing can hurt or harm me or whatever in these spaces. Nothing can, there's a lot of this stuff right here. It's just in that space. So there's a lot of these dynamics and a lot of these situations that arise. So if you're dealing with narcissists, toxic people, just understand that some of them, y'all, literally are out trying to remain the same. Some of them are out trying to be safe. Some of them are, and there's, like I said, safety is normalcy. Safety is the same thing in and out every single day. Safety is having the same job because you're afraid to take the next step. Like I said, this is not me saying that there's anything wrong with keeping the same job. Like if you've been working the same job for 30 years, I know a lot of people who've done that, congrats to you. That takes a lot to do that. But this is me just saying that some narcissistic people don't want to step outside their comfort zone because they like this bubble. They like this toxic ass bubble. Intent matters. So not only do I not like change, I don't like, for things to change around me. I don't like for you to go for a different job. I don't like for you to go make new friends. I don't like for you to do this and do that. If I don't like it, you can't do it either. If you're going to be in my life, if you're going to make the choice to be in my life, you can't do this either. If I don't like said thing, you cannot do it either. So some of them do not like change, and they will fight tooth and nail, ear, hair, nose, eyes, eyebrow, eyelash. They will fight with every ounce of their body to keep things the same. They will, y'all can say it's scary. It's scary outside the comfort zone, outside the narcissistic bubble. It's scary to take a chance and step outside of this. It's scary as hell. It just is. It's one of those spaces, it's one of those dynamics that you have to understand that if you're with a narcissistic person, not only are they going to try to hold themselves back, they will hold you back too. They will hold the kids back. They will hold everybody in this space back. If you're around me, you're going to get held back as well, because I don't want you to change. Some narcissists have abandonment issues, y'all. And they have this fear of change. If things change, I'll lose what I have. So they will work hard as hell to sometimes sabotage. Some of them, y'all, will sabotage themselves so they don't have to change. This is where self-sabotage comes in a lot. Hey babe, I'm up for a promotion at work, but I don't know if I'm going to take it because then this will happen, then that will happen, then this will happen, then that will happen. They're always talking themselves out of stuff, a lot of negative self-talk. They'd always talk themselves out of taking the next step or making the next move or doing something along those lines. They always do that type of stuff, y'all. So if they're continuously doing that type of stuff, What are you gonna? How do you deal with that? How do you fight against that? How do you fight that? You know, you can't, like, y'all, you can't force them to change. Of course you can't. Like, and a lot of narcissistic people, y'all, they not only don't want to change, they not only don't want to change jobs and stuff like that, they don't want to change their mental health. They're fine with who they are. If I change who I am, I might lose you. If I change my mental health, I might lose you. I might lose you. I might lose my family. You know, if you change jobs, you might find somebody better than me. If you change careers, you might find somebody that's better than me. If you go back to school, you might find somebody that's better than me. You see how that change, that fear keeps them from things, keeps them from wanting things to change? And not only is it that, y'all, not only is it not changing jobs and relationships and stuff like that, it's changing locations. They don't want to move to anywhere else. They buy a house, the damn house is falling apart. There's nothing else. Like, they're like, the house is falling apart. You can get out of it right now, but they refuse to do it because this is their house. You see what I'm saying? They don't. The house is toxic. The floor falling in. Rats live. Like, rats got a bedroom. Roaches got the upstairs. And they refuse it. They don't want that change. Some of them hate change, and they will fight tooth and nail to stay in this damn house because they're afraid of that change in their life. You know, because change is scary. Change can bring on the shame. Changing anything up can open the door up for failure, and failure brings in the shame. If I fail, shame is going to come get me. If I don't succeed, shame is going to come get me. You see how that works right there? If I don't move forward, shame is going to come get me. If I stay still, it's kind of like, this is how narcissists avoid shame. It's kind of like a little boy or a little girl, a little kid under the bed, right? And they know they just think that there's a monster out there in the room, right? It's just like, if I stay under the bed, the monster can't get me. You know, if I leave the room and I can maybe have the chance of finding safety, getting away from this monster situation. But no, if I stay under the bed, I don't have to do any of that. You see what I'm saying? It's just like they're scared to take that action. And like I said, not only do they do that, they don't want to go on trips. They don't want to not only move, they don't want to travel. They don't want to go on trips. They don't want to go to parties. Y'all, they want to remain in the same place because this is their toxic comfort zone where they treat people horribly. They're unhappy here, but they're safe here. And because they are unhappy, they're going to make everybody around them, including you, wife, husband, kids, whatever role you play, they're going to make everybody else around them unhappy as hell as well. So that's the space that a lot of people fall into, but you don't realize it. You know what I mean? It's a lot of different moving pieces. There's a lot of, the situation can get very uniquely toxic very, very fast. So that's why I tell people, if you're dealing with a narcissist or a toxic person or whoever, just understand that person might want to remain the same. And you can't drag them along because they're going to fight tooth and nail to keep you there. They're going to fight tooth and nail to keep you here. I don't want more kids. I don't want to move. I don't want to go back to school. I don't want to go to do this. They hold themselves back, y'all, because out of fear. And they treat you horribly because they're unhappy. They're unhappy because they're holding themselves back, and they treat you horribly because of something that's going on within themselves. Isn't that a wild mindset to have? Doesn't that sound absolutely crazy to think about sometimes right there? Doesn't that sound insane to think about right there? Like, the person is holding themselves back and mad at you because they're not happy. I wish I had more money. You should have took that promotion. I ain't take the promotion. You see what I'm saying? They get mad because they don't have enough money, but they turn down a promotion because they were scared. So they blame you because they don't have enough money. Now they're angry as hell at you. They're going to blame you for holding them back. Somehow, some way, shape, or form, it's always going to be your fault as well. The longer you stay with them through their trials and tribulations and they don't succeed, the more that they're going to blame you for not succeeding. You see what I'm saying? Because what's the common denominator here? You're still here. Oh, if you were unhappy, you would leave. I'm just telling you out now. The mindset is a very uniquely toxic thing to think about. Some narcissists don't like change. Like I said, are there narcissistic people out there who move on quickly, who change jobs, who change careers? Hell yeah. That seems like the narcissist that is the most talked about. The narcissistic robot. Resetting. Talking too fast. Rebooted. That seems to be the most talked about form of narcissist is the ones that move around fast, the one that bounce around a lot, the ones that change jobs and change careers and like to live life on the edge. But like I said, some of them like to sit in their sorrow and wallow. It's like it's like a pig sitting in the mud. They like to sit in and wallow in sorrow and shame and things like that. But you are in control of who you are and where you want to go. You are in control of who you want to be and where do you see yourself in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. You see what I'm saying? They are comfortable where they are. Are you comfortable here? Are you comfortable here? Some narcissistic people are comfortable right where they are. And they will tell you, if you're not happy here, then leave. And guess what happens? You don't leave. They assume that you're happy. It's so black and white. If you don't leave me, I'm assuming that you are happy. Are you not? Does that not make sense to y'all? You see what I'm saying? You see how black and white and straightforward it is. There's no gray area. If you stay with me, but claim you are unhappy, then you're doing that to yourself. That's the mindset of a lot of narcissistic people, y'all. Some of them do not like change. Some of them like to stay in the same situation, the same car, same clothes, they don't change their lives up and they expect you to tolerate it. And if you tolerate it, a lot of times you end up living a life of boredom and unhappiness, and you'll be sad as hell. But anyway, y'all, I had to hop off and do this one-on-one really quick. Again, check out on Amazon. Remember, It's Not Your Fault by Lee Hammock and Delaney Hammock. My wife is part of this as well. My wife is tag team on it as well. And her sister was the illustrator. So I appreciate y'all so much. Like and subscribe for more. And of course, until this is out. Peace. Thanks for making it to the end of my video, y'all. If you haven't already, check out joining the channel memberships for behind the scenes perks, priority responses to the comments, and a few other things. Link in the description of every single video I do. Thank you so much.